Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. We are back again this early. Is it early morning? It should be close to afternoon. It's already afternoon, 43 minutes past afternoon. So it's not early morning, it's already afternoon. And I'm back with a big one. Arsenal have agreed a deal in principle to sign Martin Ødegaard. Make of that what you want. Make of that what you want. You know, many of you are gonna tell me, Cossy, this is not the best deal to do. Cossy is not an upgrade. Cossy ABCD, like I've said before, I think he's a great player. I think it's not a massive upgrade though, but make it of what you want. Arsenal have agreed a deal in principle to sign Martin Ødegaard. 34 million will be just enough to get the player at the Emirates Stadium. And reports from the Athletic claim that the money we've got from Joe Willock is actually essential, or was very essential, in getting the deal done as well. So we're going to be diving into that this early morning. James Maddison Dale, according to the AFC Bell, they did give us an update yesterday, but now they are saying the James Madders deal is officially off. So they're saying the James Madders deal is off, and they made a big mistake. They made a mistake when they said the Arsenal will speed up their efforts in the pursuit of James Madders. They made a mistake. And I'm going to say sorry, because they have also said sorry. We are so sorry for misleading you yesterday. The truth is, James Madders will or might not join us. No, it could be Martin Ødegaard is the answer. Smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. Just in a second, let's get the party started. Yes, all right then, lads. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. And finally, we have a breakthrough. We finally have a breakthrough in terms of creativity and in terms of a number 10. However, the player we are signing is a player that we have had last season, a player that we have had since January, a player that we have had for 6 months. He's actually returning to the Emirates Stadium, and the player is none other than Martin Ødegaard. So let's try to dive into it. Let's try to look at what exactly has been written around this deal, especially from the Athletic and a couple of other outlets this early morning. So this is according to David Onstein, my best journalist when it comes to the Athletic. There are a couple of others, by the way, the likes of Kajuma, but many of you don't know them. And when I do a story about, when I do a story from the Athletic and it's from David Onstein and maybe it's from Kajumba, you shout, "Oh, gosh, this is not credible." No, he's just the leading man when it comes to Arsenal news I think in the Athletic. But there's so many other beautiful journalists. I think Kajumba broke the Thomas Partey deal, the Thomas Partey story. If I'm not really mistaken, was it Kajumba? Was it Charles White? One of the two. So don't really get carried away. So David Onstein, Real Madrid and Arsenal are close to an agreement for the permanent transfer of Martin Ødegaard. Not a done deal, but but that's the direction of travel. 22-year-old Norway attacking midfielder didn't train with the main Real Madrid group today. And that is as per my man, David Onstein at the Athletic, and says, if all goes well, if all goes to plan, Martin Ødegaard's proposed transfer from Real Madrid to Arsenal will be for around 35 million euros, and he may be in contention to feature versus Chelsea on Sunday. But still, a fair amount of work has to be done before the deal actually gets completed, still written on the Athletic as well. This is Sam Dean says the sale of Joe Willock to Newcastle provided crucial funds in the pursuit of Martin Ødegaard. The transfer to the pursuit of Martin Ødegaard. Arsenal have done plenty of questionable deals over the last few years, but they are effectively paying 5 to 8 million to replace Willock with Ødegaard. Time will tell, but that feels superb business, and we're gonna be speaking about that. We'll be diving into that. It says we've done questionable transfers. We've done awful transfers in the past, but replacing Willock with Odegaard looks to be superb business. We wait to see. We really wait to see what actually is going to be. This is Chris Whitley, and he said Martin Odegaard wasn't pictured in Real Madrid training today. The Norwegian hasn't been given a squad number for this season and isn't registered to play in the La Liga. Odegaard wants a return to Arsenal as talks continue. So, guys, that's it. And of course, I'm gonna give a lot of credit to the Guardian. I'm gonna give a lot of the credit to the Guardian because I think they broke this story yesterday as well. Martin Ødegaard expected to join Arsenal in the coming days for a fee in the region of 35 million. Well, if I'm getting this right, these are euros. I'm not so sure about this, but if I'm getting, I mean, I know the symbols. I've been using them on a daily basis. These are euros. They're not pounds. So if it is 35 million euros, that is around 30 to 29 million pounds, isn't it? And it would be a great deal financially for Arsenal. We know we all of us know we are struggling. We are struggling in terms of finance. So yeah, it makes sense. The Gunners are also closing on the signing of goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale from Sheffield United. That is according to Chris Whitley. I'm saying he's saying the Gunners are also closing in on the signing of goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale from Sheffield United. Do smash a like on the video, people. Do smash a like on the video. I need to get to know what you think about these stories. What is your reaction? What is your reaction about Martin Ødegaard moving to Arsenal Football Club again? It's gonna be a permanent deal, and for me, that is one of the things that I'm very interested in. It's gonna be a permanent deal. I would love to, I would love to clear the name of AFC Bell just in a minute because they have actually published a true statement, and this is what they said. And of course, I'm clearing my name because yesterday I put out this story as well. They're saying we published this afternoon exclusive news about Arsenal's intention to speed up the pace of negotiations with Leicester City regarding James Maddison, and we did not rely on this on an often source. But as it seems clear, in the meantime, Arsenal is very close to resolving the Martin Ødegaard deal. Without further ado, we failed in this file and we apologize to everyone. Look, I don't care if anyone on this channel, if anyone in the football community is gonna come out and bash them. I don't care. But what professionalism? Look, I think 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, I used to do 5 stories on this channel, 6 stories on the channel. And I just realized I want to be like these guys. I just want to be like these guys. They're so professional. They give it time and they give it their absolute loyalty. What professionalism? Because it says, without further ado, we failed in this file and we apologize to everyone. And in the same footsteps, I did fail in that file as well. I'm not going to use any excuses. I failed in that file as well when I talked about James Maddison, and I apologize to everyone as well. All right, so that's it when it comes to the transfer rumors. Let's try to dive into them now. Let's try to make some sense of of these stories. Make sure you do smash a like on the video and make sure I do subscribe as well. We are sponsored by the beautiful people at One Expect, so make sure you do check out their link is in the video description. Thanks everybody who's done that already. One Expect brings you all your latest in terms of football, and you can see on the screen we have Chelsea, Arsenal, and wow, you know what? I don't know how I don't know how you bet on that, but people who bet will actually know how you go around that, one day. So let's dive into it. James Maddison deal off, Martin Ødegaard deal agreed in principle, 34 million. One thing I like, the one thing I like about this, first and foremost, is it is a permanent deal. It's a permanent deal. And one of the things I really objected to it in the first place is I never wanted Martin Ødegaard back on a loan deal. I never wanted that. I never wanted to have Martin Ødegaard back on a loan deal. I never wanted that. It couldn't make a lot of sense for me. It couldn't make a lot of sense for me. Ødegaard has been here since January. He's come back, and the team and the manager are convinced he is the right man to take Arsenal up front, to take Arsenal forward in terms of creativity. Why then pay the money? Do the deal on a permanent basis, and I think they've done it. Getting Martin Ødegaard back is not a problem. It's absolutely not a problem, especially if you're paying 34 million. Well, you would say it's a bargain. I don't think it's a bargain, because this is a player, there's a world-class talent, but over the years, we have actually not seen the best of Martin Ødegaard. So we really cannot rely on information 3 years ago. Someone was telling me, before you say Martin Ødegaard is not a massive upgrade, go and watch his Vitesse videos. Come on, we've had Martin Ødegaard at the side. We've had Martin Ødegaard at Arsenal. We don't need to look at Vitesse videos. So we had Martin Ødegaard last season, right from January, and I think there was a bit of improvement in the Arsenal side. There's no question about that. He improves us a lot, especially because one thing I like about him, and I said this when I was comparing him to James Maddison and Emi Buendia, and I said one of the things I really like about Martin Ødegaard is his ability to give us control over games. You saw it against Brentford. Those men there are absolutely clueless. Xhaka is clueless when it comes to game control. So if you have a player like Martin Ødegaard playing with Albert Sambi Lokonga, that could be a partnership that will help us, one, keep the ball, but also dictate the rhythm of football. Now, one thing we've got to accept and agree upon when it comes to Ødegaard is he is a very slow player. He is not a very, very fast player. So he's a very, very slow player. And the tempo of our games is actually going to be very slow. He's not a Santi Cazorla. He doesn't give you that. He's actually, he actually plays at a very slow pace. So game controller, but plays at a very slow pace. And for me, my problem with Ødegaard is, if he comes at Arsenal, because he's the most talented of all players in the midfield, he is actually going to take over control. He's going to take control of the midfield. Now, that's not a problem. The problem is we're going to play at a very slow pace. Xhaka is slow and Ødegaard is slow. And Ødegaard is going to be the controller of the midfield. That is my problem. That is one of my problems. And that's why I would have wanted to see a player like James Maddison playing with Martin Ødegaard. I don't know if it makes sense. If Arsenal can actually go out and sign Houssem Aouar, like the reports are suggesting that Arsenal do still have a chance, there is still an opening for us to sign Houssem Aouar. If Arsenal can go out and sign Houssem Aouar, that would make sense because Houssem Aouar has a little bit of pace. He's a little bit pacey. He's got a little bit of pace to his game than Odegaard. But make no mistake, Odegaard at the moment is, because Madison is not coming in. We've just had the apologies from AFC Bell. Odegaard is actually not coming in. So with Martin Odegaard now not coming in, what we have is we are having an Arsenal side that is going to be controlled by a Norwegian 22-year-old maestro, wonder kid. I don't know. I don't care. Call him whatever you want. And when I think about it, it's not a bad thing. It's not really bad. We lack game controllers. We lack players with football intelligence, and I think we do. I think Lokonga has it, but look, for the time we've seen Albert Sambi Lokonga, I think what he's going to do and what he adds to the Arsenal side is pretty much explainable now. We know what Albert Sambi Lokonga is going to give this Arsenal side. He's not going to be the player that actually gives you 5 assists in a season. No, his job is very clear, and I really love it, and I really appreciate Arsenal having a player like Albert Sambi Lokonga. For him, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna sit back, provide the cover for the number 8 and the number 10. Now, for me, having a player like Albert Sambi Lokonga gives us 2 tickets. One, it gives us the ticket to have a very adventurous number 8 and to have a very luxurious number 10. Ødegaard is not a luxurious number 10. Xhaka is not an adventurous number 8. So for having Albert Sambi Lokonga is a waste, an absolute waste. If you have Xhaka and Ødegaard. Though what I would love, and what I don't know if Mikel will one day do this, I would love to see Martin Ødegaard, Thomas Partey, and Albert Sambi Lokonga play in the same side. That would be absolutely magnificent. Because with Partey, he's not very fast as well, but Partey has a little bit of pace, especially when it comes to driving the ball from your own end to the opponent's end, to the final third or wherever he's taking it. He's a little bit faster than any other player, than Xhaka, than Lokonga, than anyone. And his passing is also a little bit lit and clear than that of any other player, being Mohamed Elneny or Granit Xhaka. However, the creativity we are looking for is not in Martin Ødegaard, and it is not in Emile Smith-Rowe, rather. So, in my opinion, we are bringing in one of the best players, best talents in the world, but we are not solving the biggest problem, which is creativity. I don't know if that makes sense. I think Ødegaard is an absolute beast when it comes to a talent. I don't think he solves the problem we are dealing with. I don't think, unless I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. But I don't think he massively amplifies in that area. I think the number of chances he's capable of producing per 90 do not explosively improve us. However, I think the more we give him time, the more he will improve as a player. Because, like I said, in January he had not played so many games, and you saw him when he came in. He was absolutely beautiful. He came in, settled in, scored a couple of goals, 1 or 2. And I think he needs to add that to his game, just like Smith-Rowe. My fear with Ødegaard is he scores very little goals, few goals, as a number 10, and I think he's more of a traditional kind of number 10. Give me the ball, I'll try to control it and create some chances. So if he can create at least 3 goal scoring opportunities per 90, that will be fine. But if he can't create at least three clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities for the strikers per 90, that's gonna be a big problem. But either way, I wouldn't do away with Odegaard. 34 million or 35 million euros, it's understandable. Arsenal have done this deal because of the finances. James Madders is 70 million. So we were never going to do that. We're never going to do that. 70 million without a compromise. We were never going to do that. I think I'm going to give a lot of credit to Fabrizio, because right from day one, he said it. Martin Ødegaard is the priority. Amidst Emi Buendia talks, amidst James Maddison talks, he said it. The priority is his man. I don't want to say his man, but he has already said it. The priority was always Martin Ødegaard. A lot of credit to him. So now there are reports that are saying Arsenal could actually sign the player in time for the Chelsea game. That is not true. That is absolutely. It's not. Look, it's not impossible, but I think he has to quarantine, and unless he's taken, unless he's vaccinated or immunized, I don't know what but unless he's immunized, I don't think Martin Ødegaard will be in time for the Chelsea game. I don't think he will be in time for the Chelsea game. So it looks like we shall be having the same squad for the Chelsea game. Chris Whitley says Arsenal are also close to getting in Aaron Ramsdale. And you know what? I would rather have Aaron Ramsdale early for the Chelsea game than Martin Ødegaard, because I don't think Odegaard changes anything in the Chelsea game. I don't think he does. I think Ramsdale would. Really, does it make any sense? Anyway, with Aaron Ramsdale, I feel like I don't want to take risks. I mean, he doesn't change anything if Leno starts and doesn't get injured, but I don't really want to take any risks. Like, I don't want to be the man that sees his team lose a goalkeeper 60 minutes and then we bring in Arthur Okonkwo. I wouldn't want that. Absolutely. I wouldn't want to see that. So, without wasting any time, I would love to get your thoughts in and see what you people are saying. Deal very close. Arsenal have agreed a deal in principle to sign Martin Ødegaard. James Madders will not be signing for us. That is done. That is confirmed. James Maddison deal looks like it's off. However, there's still reports linking us to Houssem Aouar, another one that I feel will not join Arsenal. Another deal that I think is actually off as well. Love to get your thoughts in. I'd love to see what you people are saying in the chat. Do smash a like on the video and make sure you get in your thoughts as well. All right. What are you men saying? What are you men saying in the chat? Make sure you do smash for me the like button, people. Make sure you do me that favor. Smash the like button. Nicanor says, I think Odegaard can be compared to any Arsenal midfielder currently. Odegaard is the best. You're right. I don't have any problem with that. I think in terms of creativity, in terms of what he would offer, Odegaard is the better player at Arsenal. But he's not better than Bruno Fernandes. He's not better than Kevin De Bruyne. He's not better than Thiago. He's not better than Kai Havertz. That is my problem. We are still falling behind. Okay, because Martin and ASR are kind of similar. I don't agree with this, by the way. I don't agree with this. I don't think Emil Smith-Rowe and Odegaard are similar. Obina, I don't think they're similar. Maybe when people come out and say they're both number 10s, that's what you're gonna say. But Smith-Rowe is more of is more of, it's not even close to being a game controller. You'll never control games. You'll never control games with Smith-Rowe. You absolutely never control games with the Smith Rowe. Never. Lau says it's a West. Okay, Odegaard can't change anything. Not good enough. This according to Lal. Lad, what about Bruno Guimaraes? Chris, when I reported about Granit Xhaka, signing a new deal, I told you that I don't expect Arsenal to sign in another central midfielder, and I meant it. So I think we should be on the same page, with that. Martin Ødegaard is a good player, but can't solve Arsenal problems right now. It's according to Farah. Arteta will be sacked ASAP. With fans at Emirates, mediocre will never be tolerated anymore. No time to waste. It's according to Lex. Big up my man Lex. And Nikamo says Odegaard drives Pepe to move forward, front and score more goals. Okay. Chris says, Cossy, give us some updates about goalkeeper and right back. With the right back, there is nothing. I mean, I'm sorry to say this. With the right back, there is absolutely nothing. Yeah, there is nothing. With the goalkeeper, Chris Whitley, like I said, Chris Whitley has said Arsenal are closing in on Aaron Ramsdale. A deal is believed to be around £28 million. So let's wait for that. Arteta just wasting money. Just look at his signings. That's according to Lal. Okay. Albert says, what of Odi and Coutinho in the same team? Because Laka is likely to join Barca. Laka is not likely to join Barca. You're misleading us. But Coutinho is not, according to Fabrizio, Coutinho is not even considered as one of those players that Arsenal want. Not even considered. Odegaard is a slow player. Are you serious? Awa has never been in the Premier League. What a joke from you, Cossy. According to Collins, Martin Odegaard is a slow player. We've got to agree to that. He's a very fantastic player, very fantastic, but he's slow. And I think with Houssam Aouar, I'm not really saying I'm not really trying to compare the two players because I would have them in the same team. So I'm not trying to compare them. And look, many of you have been crying for players like Locatelli, players like Renato. They've never been in the Premier League as well. So it's not whether they played in the Premier League. It's whether do they improve us. If they do improve us, I think you take them in. So I think Odegaard is slow, unless I'm wrong. Collins, you could correct me. Unless I'm wrong, I don't have any problems with corrections. You could correct me. It's not a bad deal. I think we need a word to someone send me Arteta's number and I add some sense in his head. That's according to a team. Is that true that Barcelona are interested in Aubameyang? At the moment, all the reports that Barcelona is interested in Aubameyang have been trashed away, so it looks like it's not true. Joseph says, Cossy, to be open, Arsenal are going for relegation. No, you're wrong. Just wait and see. 3 players, the players that we have, and the coach can't take us anywhere. Arsenal, most of the management are the real real loser. I think when we say I don't know whether I'm allowed to say this. When we say Arsenal is going for relegation, we are going. It's too much. Like it's absolutely too much. When we say Arsenal is going for relegation, I don't believe in it. Honestly, I don't believe in it. When anyone says Arsenal is going for relegation, I don't believe in it. It's exaggerated. It's like it's an overreaction. Yeah, we might be too poor. We might be too bad. Whether we stay with Mikel, we don't stay with Mikel, and I'll do the next show. It will be around, I think around 5 or 6. I think I'll come back at 6. 5. I'll come back at 5, and we'll talk about Mikel because Mikel Arteta is going to stay at Arsenal. That's the truth. Mikel Arteta is going to stay at Arsenal, and I don't think we will get relegated. We will struggle. There's no question about that. We will struggle badly. We will struggle badly, but we won't get relegated. And I rebuke it. I rebuke it. We won't get relegated. Okay. All right. Yes, we are at 72 likes. Let's smash them to 100 people. Let's do that. Smash the like button to 100. Let's get that done as well. Thanks, everybody. True relegation not far. I don't think we are getting relegated. I don't think. I highly rate Odegaard. Cossy, he has class. When he settles in, you will start comparing him to the KDBs. KDBs. Ozil's trust him, bruv. Let me make myself clear. And I'm gonna make pass. Let me make myself clear. Martin Odegaard, I've said this before. Martin Odegaard is a superb talent. Is a superb talent. However, I mean, you could be a superb talent. If you ask me, do I take Odegaard or Pedri at the moment, I would take Pedri because I think Arsenal need Pedri right now and not more than we need Odegaard. However, having Odegaard at the side for me doesn't mean, oh, we are doomed, or we are gonna get relegated because we have Odegaard. No, that's not what actually it means. It doesn't mean that. Bring Madison and Martinez, according to Hussein. All right. Odegaard is better than Madison. This according to Hussein. Okay. Fahad says Odegaard is slow. That's what I think. That's what I think. We need a high-scoring midfielder who can create chances and sometimes score goals. That is not Odegaard. That's according to Lex. Hussein says Arsenal, they have to chase the owner and bring the Swedish tycoon. We will talk about Kroenke out and the protest today at exactly 9 p.m. The Kroenke out protest. We'll be discussing that. I hope I can get a guest from the UK. I will get a guest from the UK and we'll be discussing that, the Kroenke out protest. You know what? Manchester United fans, and this is a little bit ridiculous to say, but they got a game cancelled. United fans got a game cancelled. I think we should do the same. What if the Chelsea game gets cancelled, because of fans? Maybe the Kroenkes will listen, or maybe boycott buying tickets. Maybe things like that. Do smash like on the video, people. Very close to 100 likes. Do smash a like on the video. Okay. Slack and Ball watching player. Love. Arsenal bring big players. Hi Cossy, how are you doing, Robert? How many goals did Odegaard score on loan before coming to Arsenal? On loan? At Real Sociedad? I'm not really sure. I'm not so sure about that. I should check up on that. Arsenal love shit players. Why? This are going to Hassan. Arsenal don't have any money to buy players. That's according to Lad. Or they're better than Matters. That's crap. Okay. Arsenal today. You are talking as an Arsenal fan, but not analyzing the whole situation. Maybe Odegaard was a talent, but he's not that kind. We deserve a Bissouma, Madison, Arons, Lautaro in. God will. Let's get this right. Let's get this right and straight. Me welcoming Martin Odegaard is not being me. It's not me being deluded. No, I'm not deluded, and I strongly desist and keep myself away from being deluded. If you do not agree with Arsenal signing in Martin Odegaard, it's your opinion. And if I agree with Arsenal bringing in Martin Odegaard, it's my opinion. I'm not doing panditry, and I'm gonna with 260 people watching. I don't care if one remains or two people remain on this channel. I'm not doing panditry. Okay, I'm not doing panditry. I'm not reporting for Talkspot or Sky or BBC. This is a fan channel where every fan gets to express themselves, speak whatever they want, and bring in their their side of the coin. That is what I want. That is why I like, and that's why I no longer do 20 stories in a day or 30 stories in a day, because I would love to do it at my own pace, and I would love to react with true feelings. So if you feel like Lautaro, Bissouma, and Madison is what you want, good. Good. If I believe Odegaard is a good player, good as well. So Godwin, thank you so much. Thank you so much there. Nice, brilliant comment though. We still need Awa. Yeah, absolutely right. I can't disagree with you. I think Awa would be a very great addition. Very, very, very great addition. Honestly. Okay. So I would love you guys to call in on every show. I'll be picking up phone calls on every show. I'll put a link in the comments. Call in and tell me what you think about Martin Ødegaard signing for Arsenal. Ødegaard cannot solve Arsenal problem. Arsenal need a war in the team. Hi, Cossy. How are you doing, Fredo? Hope you're doing well. Some sources say Arsenal has already signed Odegaard. This according to my man Bambi. How are you doing, Bambi? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, the Athletic and the Guardian are some of the credible sources. So if the deal is announced, obviously you know, because he will let you know. John says, player like Awa is what Arsenal need now. Please let them go. But you people are not even serious. When we did a poll of whether Awa or Manuel Locatelli, many of you said, "Oh, let's go for Locatelli. Awa has fallen in form. Awa is no longer good enough." Now, because we are signing Odegaard and you feel like you don't want Odegaard, you're like, "Oh, we should go for Awa." You know, you people are also reactionary. You're also really, really reactionary. But that is how the Arsenal fan base is. Alan says, let's bring in Ake. Big up, Alan. Tell me something about Conte coming to Arsenal. There is nothing I can say about Conte coming to Arsenal because it's absolute shit. It's absolute shit. Arsenal. It's going to Bonnie. Big up, Bonnie. How are you doing? Alex says, Arsenal still needs a prolific striker, defensive midfielder, and a right back. I think not in this window. Because Alex, I don't think in this window. Because you are an Odegaard fan, but I still believe we need better. Look. Let me say this. If Arsenal decide to go for a better striker, yeah. If Arsenal decide to go for a better striker, a better number 10, a better number 6, a better goalkeeper, it is what I want. I'm an Arsenal fan that wants to see my club perform well. That is all. I do not disagree with anyone who says Arsenal need better, and I do not disagree with anyone who says Arsenal need world class. Okay, I don't disagree. Well done, Cossy. Odegaard is a nice player. The secondary gems. Humphrey says, I don't want Laka to leave. Hope he is staying despite all the rumors because he's on form and better at the moment. Think this is his time. Well, I don't know much about that. But what I know is he's suffering from COVID-19 with a Aubameyang, by the way. But Cossy, for real, we need a while. Like seriously, man. Xhaka keeps ball watching, man. You know, man. Xhaka ball watching, man. Keeps ball watching, man. You know, man. Make sure I do call in. I'm so stupid at times. I do forget to put this link earlier. That is the link. If you want to call in, give me your thoughts. What do you think about Odegaard signing for Arsenal? Do you think? Are you on my side? Are we on the same side? Are we bringing in a great player? I would love to hear from you. Do smash like on the like on the video, people. Please do. Tiago says, Cossy, I want to know if Ed received the transfer fees, the 250 million, hero. If yes, these guys don't want to use the money. I don't know. I don't know. We really can't justify that. Arsenal have many young talents. So should we use the young talents, bro? Is that your suggestion, maybe? God bless you, Cossy, for your efforts, love. Thank you so much, Joshua. Some positive energy, some positive energy. I appreciate that. What is better than Madison? This according to Kane, and he says, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of goal scoring, assists, and creativity, I prefer Aware than Madison. Okay, all right. Cossy, still need Madison. Maybe in the next summer, Daniel. How are you doing, Daniel? Hope you're doing well. Muhammad says, Cossy, he says, Arsenal need to change coach and resume our midfield. All right. And then Masawi says, Madison is always injured, so let's go with Martin, and they should sign a war. Okay. We need all players you have mentioned. Second, Hubbard. Okay. And Obina says Ode is kind of two goal, 3 assist player, but he still got class. It depends on the manager. It depends on the manager. You remember when we were speaking about the ideas of Jan Edfrojo on Martin Ødegaard, he said he needs to take more risks. As a number 10, where you're playing, you need to take more risks. That's what Jan Edfrojo said about Martin Ødegaard. And you know what? I absolutely agree with him. He needs to take more risks. Well, look, that doesn't mean he ain't a good player. Okay? That doesn't mean he ain't a good player. He just needs to take more risks. I think we need Awa to play with Odegaard, Rajab. Odegaard and Awa, better business than Madison for 70. All right. Yeah. You know what? You know what, Simon? You know what, Simon? If you bring it in that sense, it's better. It's better business. It's better business. I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do it. It's better business. Arsenal management are known serious. Okay. Fredo says, I think Conte can do better than Arteta. Should we go for him? I mean, I don't know. Conte needs the tools. Okay. Conte needs the tools. Bring in Conte and be rest assured you're gonna give him the tools. If you're not going to give him the tools, get out. Get out. So Conte needs the tools. You've seen him at if you look at a manager like Antonio Conte and the level of success, and the level of success is hard at Inter Milan, you're gonna, as an Arsenal fan, you'll be attracted. You'll want Conte. Ask yourself, is Conte winning trophies with Callum Chambers and Rob Holding? I don't think so. So, I was watching the kickoff, and Lawrence McKenna, one of my best pundits. I don't know whether he's a pundit, but I treat him as a pundit. He spoke something very interesting, and he said one of the managers that would actually resurrect Arsenal would be Rafa Benitez, other than Conte. I don't know what you think about that, but I'll take Rafa Benitez. And you know what's funny is Everton have had Ancelotti, and now they've taken Rafa Benitez. They have had 2 world-class managers following each other at a time when we've had Mikel Arteta at the helm and top of our club. There is something wrong. Odegaard is a young lad. His dream was to play for Madrid. It did not work, and sees the best go to Arsenal. What's wrong with that? This are going to Roday's Day. I mean, Arteta is the problem, not the only problem. Hi, Cossy. Hi, doing, Emmanuel. Odegaard is good signing and he suits the style. Come on, you Gunners. This according to Delembe. Good morning. Good morning, Cossy. Good morning, Besit. Hope you're doing well. What's wrong with James Madison Dale? This according to Andrew. It's off. The James Madison deal is off. I'm an Arsenal fan since 2010. Okay. I'm fed up with this. I don't see any improvement. We never get to the Champions League. It's according to Alan. My man, Raptors. Akosi, will you take Lautaro and Coutinho in place of Auba and Laka? Yeah, I would. And I would take Coutinho to replace Laka and Lautaro to replace Aubameyang, because with Lautaro Martinez, I have a 23-year-old striker. Yeah, I have with Lautaro, I'm having a 23-year-old striker that is actually guaranteed another 7 years. Aubameyang has a heavy deal and he's getting older and older. With Lacazette and Coutinho, apart from the wages, because Coutinho's wages are absolutely disgusting. They're so high. But apart from the wages, I would take in Coutinho. I think he gives us something better in terms of creativity, and then dash Lacazette. Lacazette out. It would be a ridiculous deal, but I would do it. If Edu won't want to spend the money, then why staying at the club? He needs to leave as well. We'll do a video about Edu as well. Arsenal need a manager only. The second Fredo. Smith is better than Odegaard. All right. Odegaard is like a low battery. Madison was the best. Anyway, we are already suffering. Okay, the second is Sean. Thomas says, "Good morning, Cossy. What happened about our please? That guy will be good for us." Okay, thanks everybody for watching in. It's been very interesting to talk to you this early morning, and I promise that I'll be back later with more of Arsenal news now and Arsenal shows. We've been sponsored by One Expert in this one. Make sure you do check out their link in the description. I speak to you very, very soon.